With Election Day next week, a new investigation has found hundreds of thousands of questionable ballots sent to LA County voters. Investigative reporter David Goldstein has this story.
We found thousands of people in LA County received not one, but two ballots in the mail. Thousands more were sent to people who moved or even died. You remember Carol?
I do remember Carol.
Becky Sprague has lived in this Santa Monica apartment complex for 30 years. That's why she was surprised when this ballot was delivered to Carol's old apartment, even though Carol, whose name we're not revealing, moved 15 years ago, and we found out died almost 10 years ago.
It's curious that someone who passed away 10 years ago would receive a ballot.
We found that's not the only curious ballot or ballots.
What did you think when you got two ballots in the mail?
Well, I was really surprised and shocked.
Tommy Robinson received two ballots in the mail addressed to him. One to his address on Wilshire at apartment B406, the other using the number sign B406. He could have voted with either or even both, but didn't.
You could have voted twice, right?
Yes, that was my initial thought when I, looked at the two ballots side by side and thinking, gee, what are the implications? Once I realized it wasn't my neighbor's ballot that I had accidentally gotten in the mail.
As Southern Californians have started voting in person and by mail, we found out he's not alone.
What does that say about LA County?
It's a mess.
Ellen Swenson is with the Election Integrity Project California. They found in LA County more than 277,000 questionable ballots were mailed this election year. That's 63% of all the questionable ballots mailed statewide. It includes more than 4,800 duplicate ballots mailed to the same person and 728 ballots mailed to people who likely have died.
Is it possible that your dad voted in 2010?
No, he was quite dead then.
In 2016, our investigation found hundreds of dead voters still registered. Now, 4 years later, there are more.
They seem to make small efforts once we report them, but then they slip back in to their problems.
Why are dead people still getting ballots in the mail? LA County Registrar Dean Logan says they try to clean up the voting rolls, but always want to err on the side of caution.
When you're talking about removing somebody's right to vote or their opportunity to get voting information, that's something that we take very seriously, and that really strikes to the integrity of the elections.
The Registrar's office has always maintained that questionable ballots are only a small amount of the millions of people registered, and they do say they check signatures for duplicate votes. I'm David Goldstein, CBS 2 News.